Hey, this is Simona from Hermitage Solutions. Thank you for tuning in today for another CyberSec Pulse webinar. Let me remind you that Hermitage Solutions is a leading value-added distributor of cybersecurity and innovative infrastructure solutions. Every month, we organize CyberSec Pulse webinars where we bring together highly qualified security professionals to address cybersecurity challenges. Today, we will talk about how to keep data secure and security high with Famoc Managed Mobile Device Management. But more about that, you will hear from Michael and Paulina. Before we get started, I want to remind you that the webinar will be recorded, so if you have a step away for any reasons, don't you worry, we will send you a recording in about a week. Everyone is muted, so if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the chat window. We encourage you to submit your questions anytime during the presentation, and we will get to those in the end of the webinar in the verbal Q&A. So, Paulina, Michael, whenever you're ready, please take it away.
Thank you, Simona. Hello, everyone. We are Famoc. We are glad to welcome you during this webinar session regarding mobile security. And by the way, thank you, Hermitage Solutions, for your invitation. Today, we represent Famoc company. So first, please let us introduce ourselves. So my name is Paulina Wrubel. I'm a marketing manager, and together with me today is Michał Kacprzak from pre-sales team. Say hello, Michał.
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm here. I'm glad to be here with you as well. Okay.
All right. So first of all, let's take a look to the agenda and what we have prepared for you today. Yeah. We will start from with the short story, what would happen if your mobile business device is lost or stolen. Then we will give you a brief introduction about our company and what we are doing. And the next part will be about Famoc Manage, which is our base product. Then we will tell you something about Android Enterprise, and we will show you a piece of demo session, live demo. And then I will talk about one of our case study. So that will be a Famoc Manage in practice. And of course, in the end, we will do some Q&A. So as Simona said before, if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the chat tab. All right, I think we can start from the short story, and that's the place where Michał will take the voice.
That's me. Okay, so let's start with the short story. I would like you to imagine that you are on a walk in the park. It's a warm day in the middle of September. Yeah, September, I know. Not many people around, but suddenly you saw that there is a mobile phone in the grass. Okay, we are curious. Let's say what's there, what's in there. So let's take this phone and let's have a look. As you can see, I can see that there is a Android-based device. Surprise! The first thing is that it's weird that the phone can be unlocked. It's not protected by any PIN code or password pattern. But we must bear in mind that almost 30% of smartphone owners have no lock screen on their phones. So since you are a good guy, we are a good guy, guys. We just take a look on the phone to check who is the owner. In the Facebook, it's nice. Sometimes there is about me profile in the contacts book, so that we can check the mobile phone or the email address, and now this history could be finished, right? Because we know who is the owner, we can contact him somehow, send a message on the Facebook, or write an email to notify that if we found that device, and that's it, right? But what if we are a bad guy? Bad guys are somewhere as well. Okay, so we know that there is a contact list from the previous video. There are a lot of contacts. Maybe some of them are business contacts, right? Let's move on. We have here. What do we have here? We have a common apps. Let's start with Google Maps. Okay, we know that where this person lives and works is somewhere in Riga. Okay. What else do we have here? We have a Gmail. We have an email account. Okay, it's really hard to describe when someone takes control over our email account, because it's something like like a link to all our accounts in the internet. Okay, what else do we have? We have what's there? Finance. We have some banking apps. Nice. We can check our bank account balance. We can check the payment history. We have a Facebook as well, right? We can impersonate and extort money from friend of that person. We have a OneDrive. We have a Dropbox. Okay, let's check the Dropbox. What do we have here? Okay, so some confidential catalog. Okay, some companies files. Okay, what else? Private files, some photos. Okay, let's focus on corporate data, because this interests us most. Corporate contacts can be used for phishing, or can be sold to the competitors. Same with confidential company reports, information, which is a serious data leak. Such files can be easily downloaded from such device over the Bluetooth, USB cable, or over the internet as well. There was a Slack communicator on the application list. It's commonly used by corporations as well. There can be a lot of internal information. Such situation may have an impact not only on GDPR fees, but on a company's reputation, which can be much more valuable than any fee. We have in mind that mobile phones are our window to the world, right? Everything is there, our personal and our corporate life, and we can ask ourselves how to prevent such situation, how to be sure that corporate data is saved on our mobile phones, in our pockets. That's why we are here. We are Famoc, and we would like to help you with that. Oh, yeah.
Exactly, Michał. So all those problems that Michał have mentioned are closely related to what we are doing, and here we should have a small poll. So Simona, if you can hear me, we should have a poll on screen for you. Yes. So first of all, I've got a question to you. We've got actually. So could you please answer, do you know what MDM solutions are, like mobile device management? Because that's what we are doing, and we will tell you more about it later on. Right, we should see. Yeah, perfect. Most of you already know what MDM solutions are about. So everything we'll be talking about should be clear for you. But of course, if you have some questions, please ask. Yeah, Famoc is a company based in Poland in 2006. So during this time, we have gathered around 2,000 clients, a lot of partners, technology partners and sales partners. And what we are actually doing is providing the companies, the organizations, a tool to secure and manage their mobile fleet. So MDM solution is our solution, Famoc Manage. So we are focused on mobile devices, the managing part, but also security. And what I mean here is forcing security restrictions on the end users, configuring security policies, monitoring the monitoring of the devices usage, and all of that we can do remotely from Famoc Manage console. And yes, as I said before, we have a lot of partners, big giants like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Samsung, Zebra, and etc. And as well as the sales partners. Our sale is mostly in Europe, like 85%. And as you can see, we have a lot of clients from very different industries, from banking through transport and logistics, healthcare, until the public and the government sector. And as you can see, we have also some clients in Baltic countries, in Lithuania as well. For example, Kauno Tiltai, the transport and logistic company. And yeah, we should remind that we are working not only for the huge companies, but also for small organizations or the public sector, as I mentioned. Right. Let's take a look on our product portfolio. Our main product is Famoc Manage. As I said, it's mobile device management solution. And we have two other products which are based on Famoc Manage platform engine. And this is Famoc Defend, which is related to our, let's say, secret projects, because those projects are from public sector, government. And Famoc Defend is highly customized and focused on high-level security restrictions. That is why we are saying that it's dedicated to government or public sector. And the other one, Famoc Lock, is also based on Famoc Manage engine, but it's dedicated mostly telco sector. And the reason is that using Famoc Lock, we can send reminders and notifications about the missing payments for the people who bought their smartphones and they don't pay their installments. And now Michał will tell you more about Famoc Manage and how to protect the business data on
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, thank you. Okay, yeah. As Olga mentioned, I would like to tell you, to show you how the device life cycle looks like in Famoc Manage, and how we can manage your devices in our system. Well, Famoc Manage is available. Oh, sorry. Famoc Manage is available in let's say 3 scenarios for the end customer, as a hosted solution, shared or dedicated cloud, or on-site. In the first 2 scenarios, client just will receive the website, login, and password. So the credentials to log into the Famoc Manage available in the cloud. And in case of on-site, there is installation needed to be done in customers' infrastructure. In case of cloud solution, there is a license for exact time and defined amount of devices. But in case of on-site environment, the license is permanent with obligatory maintenance. Okay, so what can Famoc manage? Basically, it can secure your devices and data collected on them. We can do that by creating a separated environment of the device for corporate data, applying security policies, which makes the device secured. Example, lock application installation from unknown sources, or locking unnecessary modules like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or NFC. With Famoc, you can locate the device or force an operating system updates. Since Famoc is a part of big picture of IT infrastructure, so it can be integrated with company systems. It was a shortcut. Let's take a look on the device lifecycle in Famoc. The first step to use Famoc is the enrollment process. We need to somehow add our devices to Famoc. So you can do it manually or automatically way, in automatic way. If you decided to do it manually, which is recommended scenario when you are testing our solution. You can do it in 3 ways, using QR code, NFC, or text message. All of them rely on installing the Famoc application on the device. But the recommended method is the auto-enrollment method. It's dedicated for each and every operating system, like Zero Touch for Android devices, Nox Mobile Enrollment for Samsung Android-based devices, and device enrollment program for iOS, iPadOS, and macOS devices. The main advantage of auto-enrollment process is that the end user doesn't have to do a lot on the device. He or she just gets the brand new device, which can be unpacked, and the whole configuration is going automatically after the first run when the connection to when connected to the internet. I saw it for the first time a few years ago. This auto-enrollment process, and it still looks like a magic because everything is done automatically. The device is automatically prepared for the end user. And when the device is enrolled, it's important to prepare the device to be used by the end user. I mentioned about the configuration settings. Famoc Manage allows you to configure your device remotely, so you can do everything from the web console. You just click on the web console, and something will be done on the device side. Famoc allows you to configure everything, as I said, remotely. You can configure your email account, distribute and configure applications, define VPN settings. You can even set your corporate wallpaper, and many more. And the next part of preparing the device is security. With Famoc Manage, you can force the security restrictions on the end users, like some basics like PIN code or password. You can define the length of the complexity of the password provided by the end user. You can remotely configure Wi-Fi connections, even with certificates to authorize the device in the corporate network. In case of lost or theft, things we are talking about in the very beginning, Famoc allows you to remotely wipe the device or just lock it. The next step is useful in everyday work is monitoring. We need to monitoring our secure devices, and from the Famoc console you can see all the information about your devices, from the security status, battery level, to the location of the device. The start view of the console is very flexible. You can choose what data you want to check regularly. You can generate reports. You can even set the report schedule, where to be displayed in the console or sent directly to your email. It's very easy. And finally, and the support, which includes the feature called remote access. We can say for sure that there is one of the most popular feature in Famoc, especially useful in every company with the employees working in the field, like transport and logistic industry, or point of sales, where the access to the device is limited. Remote access gives you control of the device remotely. It's something like RDP on Windows machines, so that can be helpful in case of technical difficulties, for example. And another thing about support is our support. Both our support team from Famoc and our support portal are made for you to help. There are a lot of documentation, a lot of questions, answers. You can report a new feature. Everything is there for you. Oh, sorry. And last word about Famoc. Okay, let's say last. I mentioned earlier about the Famoc is a part of IT infrastructure. Famoc can be integrated with user catalog, Active Directory, for example, to have users list in Famoc. It's really useful to assign owner to the device and let admins to log in with the same credentials to the as to the other systems in the company. Microsoft CA and Famoc CA certificate authority as for generating an installation certification on the device. Certificates can be used to authorize Wi-Fi, email, VPN, or even internal website in the web browser. Extreme Networks or Cisco allows you to verify if the device connecting to the company network is managed and secured by Famoc. If not, connection will be blocked. It's very easy. Integration with YubiKey. It's interesting. These are small USB and NFC dongle can be used to authorize a user when try to connect to the VPN from the device. And another big integration is Android Enterprise. The possibilities. I think that Paulina will tell you in details. Go on.
Yes, exactly. What is actually Android Enterprise and why is it so important to us? You should probably know that more than 50% of employees use their business phones for private usage, and that is why in case of the situation when the device is lost or stolen, it's the most important to protect the company data, and that was the story about in the very beginning, which we presented. So that is why the topic of Android Enterprise is so important for us. So just in few words, what is Android Enterprise? It's like a Google-led program for better usage of Android devices in the workplace. And with Android Enterprise integration, this one, not this one, wait a second, yes. And with Android Enterprise integration, Famoc can manage business data and business apps while leaving the private part untouched. So we can, of course, depending on the model, which I will describe later on, we can just manage only the business part, leaving the private part untouched. And let's see, we have 4 different flavors for enterprises, which means 4 ways to manage the mobile fleet. And the first case is when the employee uses his/her personal device for work, and that is called bring your own device, BYOD mode. And the next ones regard company-owned devices. So there is COBO, COPE, and COSU mode, and I will describe it later on. Let's go to BYOD first. No, too fast. Okay. BYOD mode is dedicated to personal device, and the IT administrator can create a container for all the work stuff. So the business apps, files, photos, messages, documents, and so on and so on. And this container is protected by a dedicated password, and the IT admin can control only this particular part, and of course, not the whole device. In this way, you can organize data separation on your mobile phone, which is very important from our client's perspective. The next one is COBO, which means corporate owned business only, and that means a managed device. So we are saying then that device is in device owner mode, and the IT administrator just controls the entire device. Here we have COPE mode, which means corporate owned, personally enabled. And that's interesting. Actually, that's interesting mix of BYOD and the COBO mode, so 2 previous ones, which means the fully managed device with the container. And you should note that this will work only up to Android 10, since Android 11, in Android 11, this method will be replaced by enhanced BYOD. And it means that actually it will be BYOD mode with some additional features for private part security. It will allow us to secure the private part in a limited way. So, for example, you can block the installation of the apps from unknown sources in a private part.
Yeah, I would just say one thing, okay, Pawna.
Sure.
This is this extended or enhanced BYOD method. It will be, a great example how we can secure our device found in the park, because there we have a lot of private info. We have a lot of corporate data. So this BYOD enhanced method allows us to not only secure the corporate section, but we can force to for example, to use log code in the private part as well. So we don't see, we as a Famoc and the Famoc administrator, we don't see anything in the private part, like text messages or private photos, but we can help to secure this part as well. Okay, sorry, go on.
Perfect, thank you. And the last one is COSU mode, and COSU mode means corporate-owned single-use, and that means that the device is dedicated for one specific purpose. That can be just one specific application or launcher or the kiosk mode. And in this case, the IT administrator can block both the features, the functionalities, the rest of apps, but also he can block hardware elements like buttons, for example. And this mode can be used, for example, as a point of sales in retail. But on the other hand, it can be useful if you have logistics company and you want that your drivers use only the GPS, and all the other stuff can be just blocked for the drivers. And now Michał will show you a short demo about those 4 flavors, actually 2 of them.
Sorry, that's me. I just need to switch to the to my device connected to the computer. Okay, okay, this is my device, and here somewhere should be my my Famoc web console. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's take a look on the Famoc web console. After the first login, we can see something like a dashboard with some you know, basic information like amount of managed devices, amount of devices with up-to-date policies, security policies, amount of unread alerts generated by the device or by the users. So we can easily see the details about each of them. But the most interesting part, I think, is a devices list. Here are the here are the list of devices which are under the Famoc management control. Here I have a Samsung A20. It's in BYOD mode. It's, you know, it's fully secured. With the point is that there is a private part, so that we don't have an access to that you know, area, and the corporate part. So let's see how it looks like on the device. It's here. We try. Okay. As you can see, here's a, you know, common wallpaper with some application list in the private part. But the interesting thing is at the bottom. Here are 2 tabs: personal and work. In personal, you can see your own applications, like, you know, social, photos, text messages, your private one, your private Play Store, etc. But in work tab, there are applications installed in dedicated secured area. As you can see, there are applications known probably by you, like Chrome web browser, like Gmail, like Play Store, but they have something like, you know, briefcase on their icon. It means that those applications are installed in something like container separated area in the phone. So we as Famoc can control those applications in work profile in this container. What does it mean? All applications which you are which can be visible here are installed from Famoc. They were installed remotely, silently. What's more, they are already configured. What does it mean? So let's take a look on Gmail. It's an email account. What does it mean? It is configured. It means that on the first run, you are asked to provide your password to your email. All other credentials like login, like domain, like server address were provided by the administrator remotely during the app installation. So let's provide my secret password. Okay. And after a few seconds, it's you know, configured and it's ready to it's ready to go. It's ready to use. You don't have to, your employees don't have to remember all those, credentials like addresses, domains, just their password, which are using, for example, to log into their computer. What's more, another example of apps configuration is Chrome. It's it's a web browser. What does it mean? It is configured. It means that it can be used in other way that than the administrator define it in the web console. Okay, so what is configured here? For example, there is incognito mode disabled, so the user cannot click on it, cannot see the web pages in incognito mode. If you would like to open, let's say, on Google website, we will get the information that the site is blocked, and it's blocked by our administrator. So there is something like whitelist, blacklist. We can let user open those websites which are allowed by our security team. We can also provide something like bookmarks, so it's easy to open the whitelisted websites, Hermitage or in this example, Famoc.com. It's very useful. It's very nice. And what is important, there is no impact on the Chrome in the private part. So in the private part, you can use Chrome as you like. It's my like here, google.com. It's not blocked. It's clean version, let's say. Another thing, a lot of people ask me, okay, what about copying content from the container, from the email, or from the internal websites available in the work profile? How we can prevent to copy those content to the private part and send, for example, over the text message or private email. Okay, so let's try to copy some content from the Chrome in the work profile. Copy, and let's go to the text message. Okay, it's the Bethany, for example. Okay, let's open a clipboard. As you can see, there is nothing like this text I just copied from the Chrome in the web in the work profile. When I go back to the work profile app, for example, Notepad, and I will try to paste it. As you can see, there is that text, so I can copy and paste it just in the work profile area between those let's say managed and secured apps. Okay, what else? This is an important thing or interesting. In BYOD mode, the master of the device is the device owner. So the employee. The employee can turn off the work profile. For example, when he or she finish the work. What does it mean? When I click on the work profile icon, the work profile will be disabled until I turn it on again. It means that notifications from application in work profile will be not displayed here. So every email, every notification from the internal websites will be not displayed on the device after the working hours. So when I go back to the work, in the next day, I will open the work profile. I have to provide the PIN code, and I'm in N again. Okay, this is how it looks like with BYOD mode. Let's have a fast switch to another device, which is fully managed. Which is fully managed. And what does it mean? It means that you can do a lot more than in BYOD mode. Here, as you can see, there are just few applications which Famoc administrator allows to be there. It's something like white list of applications. So the user cannot install anything more than the administrator defined in the policy. So you probably can see the Play Store, but this is I know something like it's different Play Store because this is a corporate one without public applications. So you can see only apps which were accepted by the Famoc admin. Okay, so what does it mean that the device is fully managed? In comparison with BYOD, here we can block, for example, each modules of the device, like Bluetooth. When trying to turn it on, there is a pop-up or toast that this feature was disabled by the admin. Same with airplane. Same with Wi-Fi. And of course, it depends on the client needs. When we go to the settings and try to reset device to the factory settings, this option is disabled as well. If you would like to reset network settings, there is a message that it's impossible to do because it's blocked by Famoc administrator. This is how it looks like from the device perspective. Let's go to the Famoc console. Famoc console. Where are you? Famoc console is here. Let's find our another device. This fully managed. It's here. What else can we do remotely? As you can see, I'm in device details, so I know who is the owner, my cross, what exact model this device is, what is the IDs of this device. We can display the location of this device as well. Let's see where I am right now. Okay, I'm here, so you know where I live. I am in Poland. Yeah, this is the north part of Poland. Not so far to you. The location can be received on demand, or can be sent as schedule in the policy. And what if we would like to help someone in the field? We mentioned about it before. We can connect to the device with remote access. As I said, it's something like RDP. So let's try to connect to this device. How it looks like. Okay, I will switch to the device. I will show you. The Famoc administrator know that something that the user need to approve this session. On the device, it looks like this. the remote access starts to run on the device, and I am asked to accept the remote session. It is to prevent the administrator to to connect to the internet without my knowledge and check my text message or private photos. Okay, how it looks like from the web console. We can see the screen, as you can see from the device. What's more, we can control it remotely. So I can use my mouse to open the application list. I can open the device settings. So I can see exact screen as user. So I can help him. I can provide him to each settings. I can do it by him. Because it's very easy and it's quite fast. Okay, so if you are interested in how those features I mentioned are used in production by who, let's move on. Paulina will talk about case study in our customers.
Yes, I have prepared one case study to talk you about.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Michał. I hope everyone found it very interesting. And as you can see, there are a lot of possibilities to control the data and to protect the data on the device. And today, the last thing for today is a short case study of Latvian Post. And that is one of our clients. And as I mentioned before, or not, because maybe I missed it, last years we are trying to be really active in Baltics countries. So 2 years ago, we implemented Famoc Manage together with one of our partners in Latvian Post. And it's a general postal services provider in Latvia, 600 post offices, 4,000 employees. So yeah, that was like a challenge for us. And what was the challenge about? The main challenge for the Latvian Post was the whole digitalization process regarding postal delivers registration. So less paper forms, less manual work, all of that to improve the delivery control. And another thing was to develop their mobile application, the application for information of postal deliveries registration. The features of this app are, of course, delivery registration, the digital signature of their clients, data synchronization with the main system. And what's important, Latvian Post needed both the new devices for those challenges, together with MDM solutions, so that we delivered our services together with our partner, and they choose Famoc Manage to protect the data and to manage their devices. There was about 1,500 devices, and the most important features were a kiosk mode, which we mentioned before, because the employees uses the devices with this particular app for the deliveries registration process. What's more, a file transfer, as well as remote configuration, of course, and remote access. So those two features Michał just have shown you. And of course.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I forgot to show the file manager. During the remote access session. My bad. Sorry, but
No problem.
It's next to the remote screen. We can open the file manager so that we can upload, download files from the device. And it is used by Latvian Post as well, as you said.
Yeah, the truth is there's a lot of features we would like to show you right now, but of course it's impossible. Right, so they needed, of course, the remote configuration and the remote access because, as you probably know, the employees of Latvian Post are working in the field, so so the remote help is really useful for them. And of course, the security part. There are a lot of corporate data and the client's data. So the security restrictions were also important for them. And yeah, that is how it looks. And now I guess we should go to the Q&A session.